Gloria. Hello there, my name is Georgia Bell, and today we are making braided tiropita in a puff pastry. Tiropita is a cheese-filled, usually pastry in phyllo, but this one today is super easy. You just buy puff pastry and anybody can make this. This one actually is a tiropita. It's filled with cheese, and I'm going to demonstrate how to do one now as a Spanikopita, which is spinach. I've already sauteed 1 onion, a couple cloves of garlic. I have 2 packs of frozen spinach that I actually thawed and then squeezed out all the liquid. There's a lot of liquid that comes out of this. And then I put in a little bit of salt and pepper and a handful of fresh chopped dill and fresh chopped mint. You can put whatever herb you like in there. Those are just a couple of traditional herbs that go really well with these dishes. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in, going to add in a couple of eggs to bind it. That'll help hold it together. Throw this in here. And then a little trick that my mom used to do was putting cottage cheese in along with some crumbled feta cheese. Since feta cheese was more expensive than cottage cheese, it, looked like feta, but it was less expensive. And I actually like that ingredient in here. So I'm going to take about 3/4 to half a cup of cottage cheese. And plus, when the cottage cheese melts, it kind of gets gooey, so it adds for a nice texture in here. All right, then I am going to put in, I only have this much feta. I prefer the block feta. I'm just gonna crumble it with my hands in there like that. If you had more, I'd put in at least twice as much, but it's still gonna be delicious. And then you just combine that. Make sure that your spinach mixture is cooled down, otherwise you're gonna cook your eggs and you don't wanna do that. It can be warm, just not hot. So we're gonna get that all mixed together, and then I'm gonna show you how to prepare the pastry. Get it all well combined in there. Does anybody have plans for Thanksgiving? Is anybody cooking? What are they cooking? Are you bringing a dish to somebody's house? Make a comment. Let me know what you guys are making. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Smells really good too. Ready to eat. All right, so now what we're gonna do is get our puff pastry. You can buy it in the frozen food section next to where you buy pie shells. Gloria says, nope, only working. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? You're not doing anything for Thanksgiving, Gloria? Oh. All right, then I'm gonna take a little bit of flour, and I have a piece of parchment paper here. So I'm just gonna lightly dust the parchment paper. And then I'm gonna take my defrosted, make sure it's defrosted, because if it's still frozen, it'll crack at the seams. And I know that by experience. So what we're gonna do is we just want to roll this out with my Pampered Chef rolling pin right here. And we're going to lengthen it and also take the width and widen it. It's only me, I don't celebrate it. Oh, okay, all right, so you're good. All right. So you want this to be about 12 inches in length to be able to accommodate all that filling. And you can do sweet, you know, this you can do savory fillings, but you can also do sweet fillings. So this technique is really rather easy to do. It looks pretty glamorous, and the best part is that you can make it ahead of time and freeze it. So that way, if you're really busy the day of making everything else, okay, you'll have this super yummy appetizer ready to go. Okay, so now basically what we're gonna do is the filling is gonna go down the center part. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a knife and start scoring about every inch. So go to where that center part is and start the score there. And then every inch or so, you're gonna cut sort of in a downward line here. And then you're going to want to copy exactly on the opposite side. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you get like, you know, 7 to 9 slices in there. Hey Lisa, is there a Lisa in here? So again, I'll start here. And I'm just going to mirror what's going on the other side. Okay, now what you're gonna do is, and this pastry is pretty forgiving, like this piece just needs to be sort of reattached a little bit. You just push it together and it's good to go. And notice how I actually put the parchment paper on your baking sheet. That way you don't have to transfer it back and forth and risk it falling apart. All right, so now I'm gonna get my spinach filling. Just make sure that's mixed up really well. Oh, you shared out. Thank you, Gloria. Oh yeah, and feel free to share out too. And you can also subscribe. So try to do my best just to get that right there in the center. And this can be, I mean, I'll tell you what, you could have this for a meal too, and accompany it with like a Greek salad or something. I mean, this is something that I would do. Love some Spanikopita. Okay, I think I'm gonna have extra filling, so I'm gonna save the rest of this for another one. And you wanna leave about inch, half an inch at the end so that you can seal it. Okay. Is that your daughter, Gloria? Hi, Lisa. How are you? If that's Lisa. Nice to meet you. Gloria, if you were my neighbor, I'd be making the other one for you and dropping it off to you. All right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to start braiding in. So you're going to alternate. So we go 1, 2, and then you just keep on alternating like this. So pulling that over like that, and then bringing this one over like this, and just keep on going down the line. What would you fill yours with? Lisa is your daughter. Yay, Lisa. Thanks for joining, Lisa. What would you guys fill your braided pastry puff with? You know, you can do sweet too. You could do like apple pie, you know, apple pie filling. You could do berries. Pretty much anything that you can think of. So you're just gonna keep on going back and forth until And really, I would say that the level of difficulty is, I mean, I would say it's easy. Let's see here. Gotta stuff that in there a little bit. And it's okay if it's peeking through a little bit. It'll actually kind of be pretty. I agree. I think the cheese mixture, yeah. That's my favorite. I love Tiropita. I make them and then I eat them as a meal. So then you just bring that over like that and that one over like that. And then just crimp the end with your fingers like this. Same on this side. And then what you're going to do is take an egg yolk and 2 tablespoons of water. And let's see here. And then you're just going to do an egg wash on it so it turns nice and brown. And actually, it just dawned on me. The one step that I did miss was putting so after you score it and before you fill it, you can put it in the refrigerator or freezer for about 15 minutes to firm up the dough. What I'm going to do is when this is done, I'm actually going to stick this in the freezer for about 15 minutes because the puff pastry, when it's cold like that, it cooks better and it'll puff up more. So I am going to do that step. And then you guys we can slice the cheese one so you can see how that looks inside. I've never done this before. I'm telling you guys, this is really easy. Doesn't take a lot of time. I mean, especially if like you're doing like a sweet one, if you're doing like a, can you add sugar on the egg wash? Why not? Yeah, Gloria. You could sprinkle sesame seeds or, you know, something like that. Actually, you know what? Gloria, what about that seed that you gave me that you got in Dubai? I wonder if you could sprinkle that on top. Okay, so looking good. And then what I want to do is got a little extra egg wash there. I'll give you guys a close-up so you can see how that looks. Pretty simple. Yeah, the black seeds, right? Shoot, I have them in the drawer there. If I might sprinkle that on here. All right, so that's going to go into the freezer or the refrigerator for about 15 minutes just to sort of firm up the dough, and then you stick it in 450 degrees for about 35, 40 minutes, depending upon the heat of your oven, until it's browned, like this one. How gorge is that? Isn't that beautiful? I think so. It doesn't have much taste on. Yeah, just for garnish, a little crunch. I wonder if heating it, though, is not good, those seeds. Okay, so there's that, and I made a Greek salad. And this is our dinner, actually. You could do this as an appetizer, but we're just going to go ahead and have this as a dinner. So you could do like a nice little Greek salad like this. This has tomatoes, red bell peppers, orange bell peppers, cucumbers. I'm going to slice in some purple onion, feta, and the dressing is lemon and olive oil. Nice, right? Salad. Yeah, can't wait to have that. And that you can make ahead of time too, because it can marinate. All right, so let's get a knife out and let's just do a little slice here. And you have to let this cool. Like, it doesn't have to get cool completely, it'll still be warm. But if you cut it while it's still hot, it'll be way too gooey. But look how beautiful that is. Can you see that? Turned out perfect. So that's it, folks. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.